The Jayco Stage 5 taking the riders away from McLaren Vale. They'd see it a few times during the day though, and on to Wollonga and the famous Old Wollonga Hill. 131 kilometres in all. Thomas de Gent trying to get the race warmed up, the new leader in the Jayco sprint competition. There was quite a series of attacks at first despite the strong winds, and in the end 8 riders did get clear. Michael Hepburn, Edward Vorganov, Juan Horich, Host Van Leyen, Sebastian Haedo, Tanner Kanget, John Murphy and David Vigano, and they were to lead the race for a long time, and this suited the ochre-jerseyed Cameron Meyer down to the ground. 2 minutes ahead they were sprinting out the Jayco points, and the man most likely to gain, David Vigano, helped himself to a 3-second time bonus in a close finish. Sebastian Haedo was second there. The peloton always just in the distance, but always keeping the breakaways in sight. Mark Cavendish on the left and Lance Armstrong seemingly enjoying a day in the McLaren Valley. Down through Wollonga and through the Powerade feeding station, the riders were still holding on to that lead, but they were never escaping the clutches of the field. This is where the manager of the Saxo Bank Sungard team advised his man Sebastian Haedo to rest at the back. The Aldingo Dingo popped in as well, but he soon ran away when he saw the speed of these riders as they fought out the second sprint at 63 kilometres at Snapper Point. This time the American BMC rider John Murphy just getting the better of David Vigano, who this time got a 2-second time bonus. Throughout the day he was the race leader of the Tour now on the road. The teams knew it, and Mark Cavendish, a sprinter, was trying to power the groups back up to the leaders. Cavendish thinking of his teammate Matthew Goss. On to the first climb of the Old Wollonga Hill, and the chase was all but over. The field came together, and now it was showdown time in the remaining kilometres of the stage, 2 times up the mountain. Big test for the 23-year-old youngster Cameron Meyer, who rides for the Garmin Cervelo team. The orange-clad jerseys of the Euskaltel-Euskadi team all gave way to the man who's turning out to be quite a climber on this race. And over the top of the Skoda King of the Mountains goes Luke Roberts to consolidate his lead. And he is the only leader of this competition since the race started in Adelaide. Taking advantage of a slight lull on the way down, Lance Armstrong got himself into a group of 7 riders. Let's not forget he's riding his final international race of his career. But there were 2 riders in this breakaway far too important to let go, Gutierrez of Spain, Isarsi of Spain. So the peloton chased them down. And as they're approaching the left turn, heading into the town of Wollonga and the Old Wollonga Hill for a second and final time, they were all together. And that was when Ben Hermans unleashed his strength. He was quickly followed by Richie Port, and he was policed by Jack Bobridge. Bobridge, a teammate of Cameron Meyer. Over the top goes Hermans, keeping the pressure on. They had 15 seconds lead. Richie Port of Tasmania was in there as well. Bobridge just following them. Then Bobridge went down as they were caught. He made that left-hand turn and was left sitting in the road with a rather more seriously injured David Lopez. In the sprint for the finish though, it was all but over as Michael Matthews made the run, but they were all outwitted by Francisco Ventoso, who got the stage win. Matthew Goss in 3rd place closed his gap by 2 seconds on the leader Cameron Meyer. But the man of Wollonga was certainly Francisco Ventoso, who gets his first win of the year for Movistar. A new team. Cameron Meyer holds on to the ochre jersey. All smiles, the 23-year-old who received his award from the Premier of South Australia, Mike Rann.
We've had this stage on our mind since the very first day. We knew and we looked at this course before the race and thought that if we could get over Wollonga Hill with a lot of riders, we'd have a chance. And my team had 4 men present. At the end of the race, the team did a fantastic job to close down on the 3-man breakaway. And in the end, I had very good legs and I was able to get the win.
Well, Cam, that was a pretty grippy race today around Old Wollonga Hill, but you've still managed to hold on to the ochre leaders jersey.
Yeah, my team rode fantastically, and in the end of the day it was a perfect situation. Obviously it looks like Matt Goss has picked up a few more seconds and closed the gap, and so has Michael Matthews, but in the end of the day the job was to not let them get the full 12 seconds back and hold on to the jersey today, and then we'll look to see what we have to do tomorrow. So it was well done.
It's going to make a very dramatic finish around Adelaide, and you're going to be waiting till the very final curtain to find out whether or not you're going to win this Santos Tour Down Under.
Yeah, I'll be having fingers crossed. Maybe hopefully Tyler's got a few legs tomorrow to make some time bonus over the other sprinters. But yeah, it's going to come right down to the wire. But I've got a good team around me, and hopefully we can have a good day tomorrow.
Must be strange for a guy like you to be looking at Julian Dean and looking at Tyler Forrest saying, wow, those guys are working for me today.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. Obviously, those two swapped off brilliantly for the first 70K today, and I was sitting behind them. Normally it's me sitting in front of them doing the work, but no, they were fantastic out there. The team rode absolutely beautifully, and all the way to what tactics we had talked about this morning, and it paid off. We've still got the jersey.
And confidence going into the final stage?
Yeah, confidence. Today we rode really well. My legs were good, so hopefully tomorrow everything works out well, and we might have the jersey at the end of it and the tour win.